I'd like to speak to Dolores Cannon, if I may. Could you bring her through, please? Dolores Cannon was an American hypnotist and self-published author of 17 non-fiction books composed mainly of transcripts from past life regression sessions. She started teaching her own patented quantum healing hypnosis therapy technique in 2002. She also started her own talk radio show, The Metaphysics Hour, in 2005. The topics Dolores Cannon's hypnosis subjects recall range everywhere from mundane early childhood memories to non-human lives spanning various galaxies, dimensions, millennia, and species. Most of the information that comes across cannot be proven as true, although recent past lives on Earth can be researched and potentially verified. Cannon said she was able to establish communication with Prophet Nostradamous. After a few years of working with Nostradamous, she dictated the intended meaning of his messages in several books. Cannon's subjects under hypnosis claim to either have visited with beings from another planet, or who have actually been beings from another planet in a past life. Details about the aliens include appearance, origins, daily life and their home world, transportation, food, etc. Keepers of the Guardian in particular includes extensive information about the original seeding of the planet Earth by extraterrestrials. After several years of exploring and becoming more adept at navigating her subjects through these areas, Dolores unexpectedly established communication with multiple non-hostile, benevolent alien beings, who communicated through her subjects in trance. Her later books, the Convoluted Universe series, goes further, covering mind-bending concepts, such as complicated metaphysical ideas that border on quantum physics. The first book in the series was published in 2001 and focused heavily on metaphysical concepts such as the power of conscious thought and intent, how we understand and relate to the concept of time, different dimensions which coexist along ours, parallel universes, parallel lifetimes, and alternative realities. In 2011, Cannon published The Three Waves of Volunteers and the New Earth. She stated that certain individuals volunteered to come to Earth at this specific time, with the sole intention of assisting humanity through our current period of transition. Dolores held many talks on these subjects and more, many which can be found on YouTube. I highly recommend you seek them out and perhaps read some of her books. She was an absolutely fascinating lady with so much to say on multiple topics. Can you confirm Dolores is with me, please? Dolores, now that you've passed to the other side, what have you learned that you didn't know while on Earth? Dolores, is there any information you received on Earth that actually turned out not to be true now you're in the spirit world? Do you feel you reached a big enough audience while on Earth with your talks and your books? I must admit your talks I've watched on YouTube about Earth going into the fifth dimension to me seem just a little far-fetched. Now that you've passed, can you tell us if the info you claim to receive on the fifth dimension was actually true? If it was true, is there anything more you'd like to tell us about this fifth dimension? You said in order to move into the new dimension, the body needs to be lighter. According to you, eating heavy meats will hold the body down. You said there are at least 30,000 people in the world that don't eat anything, and these people are advancing to the point of being light bodies. That seems like nonsense to me. You mentioned the 3 waves of volunteers who are souls who began coming to Earth around 1945 to positively influence humanity. Their ultimate goal is to save the planet and assist people in their healing, so more people are equipped to move with the Earth into the next age. What do you have to say about these volunteers now? You said these volunteers would help the world open up to a more spiritual way of life. However, what I see is a massive split. More people are focused on themselves and brand those who are further along on their spiritual journey as crazy, although those who are more spiritual have been enlightened even further in recent years. Due to your work here on Earth, did you reach a higher level of heaven when you passed? Have you met with other beings or aliens since you've been in the spirit world? Was Earth really seeded by extraterrestrials? Have you met up with Nostradamous in the spirit world? Is there any new information you'd like to give us about other dimensions, aliens, and other planets that you've learnt about since crossing over? Dolores, while you're on Earth, you have so much information to give on various subjects, it would be impossible to cover everything in my questions to you today. So I want to give you the opportunity now to speak freely and tell us about anything else you'd like us to know. And finally, Dolores, do you have any warnings or a message for humanity?